Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now, welcome back to a bloodbath in the market. Now, in today's video, we are going to do our weekly update with yield farming and checking over the positions and seeing how much we have made for this week. Now, I don't personally count in these videos, I don't count impermanent loss. I have a spreadsheet for that and I know how much impermanent loss or not impermanent loss I'm taking. I don't usually lock in impermanent loss. So although for a specific time period the position value may be down, I don't lock in impermanent loss, so I don't realize a lot of that. Of course, in case there's a market dip of like, I don't know, 30% in a day, then of course I'm going to have to lock in some impermanent loss to get earning again. But typically, I don't lock in impermanent loss. I either snuggle rebalance or I wait until it gets back into range. But today we're going to be doing an update on how much we've made this week. So Bitcoin has come down to 90K. Ethereum is sitting at 3,000. And yeah, the market is completely down. Now, of course, Trump comes into administration very soon, which I think a lot of people are waiting for. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to give my opinions here because I know some people will take it as gospel and then run with it. So I'm just not going to give you my opinion on that. But let's see our yield farming positions. Now, of course, the value is down and we haven't made as much this week. So let's take a look at our VFAT positions. But before we do that, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and be very careful about where you're investing in crypto and DeFi. Smash a like, subscribe down below if you are new, and turn the notifications on. Also, check out my email newsletter. It will be the first link in the description. Take a look at that if you like reading. So let's have a look at VFAT. So all of my positions are on VFAT. Just a quick update on VFAT actually. They've now introduced Ethereum pools. So for Uniswap, so they've introduced Uniswap positions on Ethereum, Arbitrum, and a few other chains. So if you're on ETH and previously you couldn't use VFAT because you were farming positions on ETH, which before they weren't supporting Uni, they now are. So it could be, if you were looking at switching over, now could be a good time to do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at our deposits. Okay, as you can see, the majority of my positions are out of range. But this SUI position here, I haven't rebalanced this. This has just sort of come back into range itself. A good thing about having correlated pairs like this is they typically go back into range pretty quickly themselves because they're correlated. So if one pair is down, I'll give you an example here. ETH is down 6.9% and SUI is down 9.5%. So they've both gone down together, which means they're correlated. So the amount of SUI per ETH is going to be similar in a down market than it is in an up market because their correlation, they're very similar. So let's see how much we have made here or lost. So as you can see, every single position is out of range bar these two here, this very degen virtual and WETH position, and then also my WETH and SUI position. Now, what I am going to do is I am actually going to rebalance this USDC to Bitcoin position, and I'll tell you why in a second. But before we do that, let's go ahead and claim our earnings for the week. So $84. I don't believe I have any Aero dust in my wallet. Let's have a look. Do we have any Aero that I need to go ahead and... Okay, we got $6 here, so $90-ish, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead to harvest, and I'm going to go and harvest it to USDBC, which is what I store my farming positions in. So you can do this and you can pay a 0.9% fee, or you can claim the Aero and swap it yourself, which actually I'm going to do that one. So we're going to go ahead and go over to harvest, and I'm just going to harvest these myself. So $18 here, etc. So let's go ahead and harvest these positions, and then I will see you in a second over on Aerodrome when we go ahead and swap. So I have now gone ahead and claimed everything, and you can see there's no earnings. So let's go ahead and claim these profits. We're going to go over to Aero. We're going to go to swap here, and then we are going to go ahead and swap our Aero for USDC and claim the $80 that we have made for this week. Now, of course, this is a lot less than what I typically make, but the market has been slow, and still making some passive income whilst the market is going down is pretty nice. So USD BC here. So we'll have about $1,200, something like that, maybe a bit less. But 1.2K in claimed profits over the last few weeks, which is not bad. Now, if you take into account the profits that I kind of store in my wallet, then I am up on these positions. If you want to factor in impermanent loss in this sort of turn down here that we're having. But again, I don't count for that because I'm betting that the market will probably go back up. So I'm not kind of focused on the impermanent loss side of things. So there we go. We've gone ahead and swapped that. We now have 1.183K. If you take a look at turbos, you can see this position is out of range, but we do have $26 to claim there, which I will go ahead and do so. Let's see how that spreads. So we've got about 3.5 SUI there and $11 in USDC, which we're going to claim. And that's about it, to be honest. That's the update. I am going to go ahead and snuggle rebalance this USDC and Bitcoin position. So there is a way to rebalance without taking impermanent loss. So this was my range previously. And if I just did a normal rebalance, this is what it would rebalance it to, utilizing the same range. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebalance it without taking impermanent loss. Okay, so what I'm going to do is price in USDC. You can see the price is currently $90,700. And my up price is 101K on the upper side. So we are going to go ahead and keep this price the exact same. So we're going to do this, okay, 196. And then we are going to come down here and we are going to leave it around there, okay? And that, so we're just going back into range ever so slightly. We're on the sort of limit of how much Bitcoin is now. So you can see this is how it's going to work. So it's literally going to swap 35 cents of Bitcoin for 33 cents of USDC. And that's going to put us back into range in this pool and earning fees again. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll show you how this works. Again, our upper limit's the exact same. I've literally just put this min price down just so we're, touching the range, and that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and rebalance this. And you can see this in practice. And this is what I will do if I want to get back into range, not lock in permanent loss. I wouldn't keep doing this over and over again because it could just keep going down. And you could be, consistently out of range and consistently snuggling. And then if you're consistently snuggling every single day, then of course you're going to lock in permanent loss. But, doing this just to get back into range if you think the market's going to go back up, this is a strategy that I use and a lot of other people use here. So let's go ahead and do that. Rebalance transaction failed. I don't know why. I think it's probably because the market is moving like crazy at the moment. So let's go ahead and give this a refresh and try that again. So we have now rebalanced this position, and that is now making us $11 per day. Now that we have gone ahead and rebalanced that, now we are back into range and rocking and rolling. So pretty simple snuggle rebalance. You can see my position here is just slightly back into range, and that is earning a crazy APR at the moment, Bitcoin and USDC. So yes, bloodbath in the market. This is all part of a bull market. We always see a major pullback like this during bull markets. It happens every single time without fail. You can see in this bull market here, 2021, you can see we went up to, 62K, came back down to 30, and then back up to that, okay? Or you can kind of see we went up here, okay, to like 50K, came back down, and then went back up again. So this is all part of the bull market. This happens every single time. So again, I'm not too worried at the moment. Again, depending on what happens, my strategy could change, and I'll make a video on that. If things do start to get very, very bad, then I will start to make a video on that. But for now, it's in my opinion, this is fine. It's just going to be a few weeks, maybe a month or so of low fees. Obviously, this is making barely anything at the moment, but it is what it is. But there's only 2 positions in range. If I snuggled every single one of these, I'm not going to. But if I did, then, we would be back into range earning again. If I snuggled this position here on WETH, for example, and we're up to 3.8K here without locking in impermanent loss. Obviously, my range would be pretty big, but we'd be earning 800% APR on this. Same here with Bitcoin. If I did this here, let's see, again, I would, kind of be earning around, let's see here, if we did a snuggle rebalance on this, then yeah, we would be earning again. So it's pretty simple in terms of snuggling. You can get back earning fees. Like if I wanted to rebalance these positions, my fees would be insane right now. But again, I would be locking in some pretty crazy impermanent loss if I was just to rebalance like a madman. So I'm not going to do that. But yep, that's the weekly update. Let me know down below what you're doing with your positions. I know it's a bloodbath. I know everyone is, fees are down, or even if you're in range, fees are crazy. You could see this as an opportunity to get into yield farming now because fees are absolutely insane. That's one good opportunity about a market that's moving like this is if you are on the sidelines looking to get into yield farming, maybe now is a good time, just a example and a strategy maybe that you could implement. Of course, you have to do your own research and be careful about what you're doing, but that's potentially something you could do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.